Well, hello there, my beautiful friends. Today is Monday, so you know what that means. It is the time of the week that we discuss new makeup releases and whether or not we want to spend our hard-earned coin on them in pay or stay away. So if you're interested in seeing what is new in the makeup world, then go ahead and keep on watching and let's jump right on in. So this is going to be a very quick, easy, short pay or stay away because Animal Crossing, which I have legitimately been waiting for years and years and years, is coming out in less than an hour now, and I'm so excited. Oh my god. I'm so freaking excited. So this is going to be a shorter one, but we have some really interesting releases to talk about. But before we chat about them, I just wanted to say that I really hope that everybody who's watching this is doing okay right now. Life kind of freaking sucks. I know it does for basically everybody. And this is just kind of a giant mess right now. The entire world is just in a giant mess. So I really hope that wherever you are doing okay. Make sure you're washing your hands. Make sure you stay 6 feet away from other people. If you don't know where they've been, stay 6 feet away from them just to be sure. You can never be too safe, folks. But I hope you're doing okay and stay positive. I'm here for you and we will get through this some way or somehow. Alright folks, but let's go ahead and jump into the releases with something new from TerraMoon Cosmetics. We've talked about them quite a few times in the last few pay or stay aways, and they have released something new yet again, the pastel chameleon shadows, and also their pastel matte shadows, which is interesting because I don't think that I've ever personally tried any of their matte eyeshadows. But this will be available later this month. We don't have a set time or a set date yet, but their eyeshadows are usually about $13 as far as the multichrome chameleon shadows go. I am just gonna assume here that these beautiful pastel chameleon shadows are probably gonna be about the same price, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, who really knows. But from what I'm seeing right now on Indie Mood, they have 4 different beautiful pastel multichromatic chameleon shadows that are coming out. And my god, are these absolutely freaking beautiful or what? 3 out of the 4 in this collection are just speaking to me. 3 out of the 4 are like, buy me, spend your money on me. And Lord knows, with all this craziness going on in the world, I do not need to be spending my money on makeup, but these are absolutely beautiful. Now, they have 4 different shades, the shade Aurora, Wavelength, Starry Eyes, and Little Dipper. So those are all really adorable names. And I gotta be honest, Aurora, Wavelength, and Starry Eyes are calling out to me, okay? They are so beautiful. I think that Starry Eyes is just the prettiest shadow. It's like this beautiful, like corally salmony pink with a bunch of different golden and almost greeny sparkles. It is freaking stunning. I think it's gorgeous. And I also really love Aurora, which is like a cool toned version of Starry Eyes. Of course, I gravitate towards the 2 pink eyeshadows. What do you expect from me? Now, for $13 a pop, I do not need to add all of these to my collection, but I think if I were to pick one up, it would definitely be Starry Eyes because it's so freaking pretty. But I know that I already have similar shades like this in my collection, and I think if I were to pick anything up from TerraMoon Cosmetics, I would probably pick up one of their iridescent chameleon shadows in the shade Red Giant. I currently have the shade Saturn's Rings, I believe, and it is the most beautiful, like bright, beaming, kind of greeny gold iridescent shade, but it doesn't really have shimmers in it. It's just super, super bright and intense, so I really like that quality of the eyeshadow. It's not super shimmery, and I have a bunch of eyeshadows that are greeny gold iridescent shades, but they're all ultra shimmery, which, don't get me wrong, a girl loves an ultra shimmery eyeshadow, but I kind of like that this one is just like a straight up shine. It's just glossy. So I'm kind of interested in trying some of their other iridescent shades, more specifically the shade Red Giant. It is this beautiful like red golden pinky shade, and it is absolutely stunning. So I think if I were to pick something up from them, if I'm being picky, it would be Red Giant. But if I was trying to like get free shipping or something and I needed to spend a little bit of extra coin, I would definitely add Starry Eyes to my cart and pick it up. I just don't think I would go out of my way to purchase it, if that makes sense, because like I said, we gotta be good with our money over here, and I cannot be spending it on iridescent eyeshadows that I know I already own, even if they're beautiful. And speaking of beautiful pastel iridescent eyeshadows, we have some new products coming out from Menagerie Cosmetics, and this is their Pastel Pup palette. The name is so stinking cute. We have seen quite a few pastel palettes at this point in the makeup game, if you will, but this is a really standout, really fun and interesting palette. Now, this palette contains 12 different shades and it will be retailing for $36. It launches on March 21st at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There is one shimmer, I believe, or one like iridescent topper in this palette, and the rest of the shades are beautiful tones of pastel. Even though the Pastel Pup palette is just such a cute concept and has the most adorable name and packaging, like look at that little baby seal. It's so cute. I just want to give it a little kiss on the head and pat its belly or something. It's so stinking adorable. But even though that palette's beautiful, I don't need any pastel shades in my collection. I have so many beautiful pastel pinks and pastel purples and pastel oranges and just everything I could ever want in a pastel palette I already own. So I don't really think I need to go out and spend the $36 on that palette, even though it's adorable. But I really do think that I need some of these iridescent pastel shades, more specifically the shade Chicky. It is so beautiful. Now, obviously Chicky is not a part of the palette. It is an individual shade that is going to be launching, and it's only $6, and I absolutely love and adore Menagerie Cosmetics' formula when it comes to metallic and iridescent eyeshadows. They are so incredibly buttery and smooth, and their colors that they come out with are so complex. There's never just like one or two tones in their eyeshadows, even if it's sold as a metallic shade. There are so many different reflex in their shadows. They really have a high quality, buttery, smooth, perfect formula in my opinion. And I need this. This is like a rose gold, yellow, pinky type shade, and it is just everything that I want in an eyeshadow. So for $6, like I'll shell out the $6 for this shade. It is stunning. I feel like this shade is unique enough, and I feel like I would get enough use out of this shade to justify shelling out the $6 for it. The next release to make the Pair Stay Away list for this week is from, of course, Colourpop. Hello, it's not Pair Stay Away if we don't have Colourpop. But this is their Making Mauves collection. Now this is available now, and everything is priced differently, but it's just normal standard Colourpop prices. You know, $14 for the palette, I believe $10 for the Super Shock Shadow Duo. There's also some lip sets that honestly I don't really care that much about. But this collection is all about mauve, which, spoiler alert, I absolutely love. I love the concept of a mauve eyeshadow palette. I love mauvey eyeshadows just in general. They are so stinking beautiful. It's like purple, but a lot more subdued. Like purple meets beige meets pink, which obviously I love. Now, what's kind of funny about this collection is that not in the most recent Pair Stay Away, but like 2 Pair Stay Aways ago, I talked about the new Huda Beauty palettes and talked about how I wanted Colourpop to dupe out the mauve palette from Huda Beauty, and literally like 3 weeks later we got the Making Mauves palette from Colourpop. And obviously a lot of these Colourpop like 9-pan palettes are dupes of the Huda Beauty 9-pan palettes, just at a significantly cheaper price, and the formula of most of the ones that I've tried have been pretty darn good. So I was wondering, where the heck has Colourpop been with the mauve palette dupe? I mean, we have a dupe of basically everything else from Huda. Give me the mauve palette, please. And here we go. Here we are. They answered my prayers. Thank you, Colourpop. But I think this palette is absolutely beautiful, obviously. But I didn't purchase it this time, and I don't really know why. I think it's probably because even though I have wanted this palette from Huda for so long, I do feel like the Huda Beauty palette, the tones in that palette are much more intense looking, if that makes sense. They're much more kind of deep in tone. They're a little bit more sultry, and I kind of like that. I feel like I have a lot of mid-toned mauve shades from Colourpop, and I feel like the Huda Beauty Mauve palette had some like berry tones kind of in there as well. I just feel like it was a little bit more interesting. Even though this is a pretty close dupe, I think that the shades in the Huda palette are smokier and more intense and rich looking, if that makes any sense. They are really pretty. I think the Colourpop shades shades are beautiful, but if I were to pick up one, even though one is a little bit cheaper, I think honestly I would pick up the Huda one, which is very, very rare for me to say. It's very unlike me to say that, but I think in this scenario, I would rather just spend the extra $10 to get the OG original palette from Huda because I just think the colors are a little bit more interesting. I never really thought I'd say that before. That's just where we are in the world now, I suppose. And the final release I wanted to share with you guys for this week is the brand new monthly box quads from Copasetic Cosmetics. Now, these are all available now and they retail for $20 each. Now, you can pick between the Lots of Love quad, the Beachside quad, the Year of the Rat quad, and the Holiday Feast quad, which is a very cute name. I love me a good holiday feast. But the interesting thing about these quads is that, as the name would suggest, these are all originally from Copasetic. How do you say that? Copasetic. I am so sorry. But I digress. Copasetic Cosmetics has been coming out with monthly beauty boxes, I believe, since the beginning of their brand, and basically they come out with like a BoxyCharm type box, if you will. You pay a certain amount of money, I believe $20 to $40 a month, and you're able to get one of their boxes that has a bunch of different products thrown in that are all curated for the month. So for the month of February, they had a love themed box, of course. For the month of December, they had that really cute holiday feast themed box. And in each box contains a quad that has a color selection that complements the theme of the box for the month. So I have personally been lusting after the Lots of Love quad that came out in their February box. I was like so close to spending the $40 to get the box myself, but something told me you don't need the rest of the products that are in there. Just hang on, hold your horses, slow down a little bit and wait. And I waited patiently, and again, my prayers have been answered. Thank you, makeup gods. But basically, ever since I laid eyes on the Lots of Love palette, I knew that I needed it in my collection. It is this beautiful, like, peachy iridescent themed quad. We have some beautiful matte colors in there. We have coral matte and then like a peachy tan matte. But the more standout shades and the shades that really made me want to purchase this palette is those two beautiful iridescent peachy toned shades. More specifically, the one on the upper left side, that beautiful like icy pinky peach. Oh my god, it is so stinking beautiful. I purchased it even though I knew I didn't need it. I forked over the $20, and honestly, I do not think that I will regret it because it is such a beautiful color. Honestly, I couldn't really find anything in my collection that was the exact tone of that shade, that beautiful icy peach, and I feel like this quad is just everything you need if you're going for like a pinky peach light springtime look. I knew that I would use it. I knew I needed it in my collection, so I made it happen. Like I said, the makeup gods have been on my side for this week. Alright folks, but that is going to be wrapping up this week's Pay or Stay Away, so please let me know in the comments what you are going to be picking up for this week. Are you going to be picking up any of the Copasetic Cosmetics' quad? Are you interested in anything from the Colourpop collection? And was there anything that you picked up for this week or that you're planning on picking up for this week that you wanted to let me know about in the comments below? And if you enjoy hearing about the new makeup releases and you want to stick around, you want to join me for Pay or Stay Away every single week, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And if you enjoyed the video, I would also love it if you gave me a big old thumbs up. It helps out the YouTube channel. It helps out microscopic, minuscule YouTubers like me. So if you choose to do so, then I greatly appreciate you. And I greatly appreciate you for just being here in general and watching my video and just stopping by to say hello. Thank you so much. But with that being said, I hope that you are having an absolutely amazing and beautiful and safe and, relaxed day wherever you are. I hope that things are going well for you, and I hope to see you next time. Bye! Off to go play Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm so excited.